Many parents these days are looking for lightweight strollers that are not compromising features like a reversible seat, a decent storage basket, and a nice fold, and these two strollers are really some of the only ones on the market that offer that, so I'm excited to jump in and hopefully help you decide if one of these is right for your family. If you're new here, I'm Emily. I'm the stroller mom. I'm a mom of 3 kids, ages 4 and under, a car seat passenger safety tech, and I provide honest reviews of strollers and baby gear from a mom's perspective as a mom who actually uses them. I've helped thousands of parents just like you, so if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and let me know if you have any questions below. Oh, and don't forget to shop through the links below if it helps you decide. If you've seen my review of the Nuna TRIV Next, you know it's one of my favorite strollers for first-time parents or parents with larger age gaps because it gives you so many amazing features while having a lighter, more compact fold. The Bugaboo Dragonfly is a competitor that came on a little later and offers a lot of that same functionality, but there's some differences, and so we're gonna go top to bottom and break them all down. Now let's start with price because there is definitely a more premium price tag on both of these strollers. So the Nuna TRIV Next retails for $800, though you can get some colors for $700, and I'll link them below. And what you get for that $700 is the stroller, as you see here, and then you also get a ring adapter. Nuna strollers only work with Nuna Pippa car seats. The great news is there's a lot of Nuna Pippa. I'll show you one a little bit later in this video. They're a very popular car seat and it just pops on so easy with the ring adapter. For the Bugaboo, you have 2 different ways you can buy it. So you can either buy it just as we see here with the seat, or you can buy it with a bassinet. So this stroller retails for $1,100 in the configuration as you see here, and it includes the stroller, and then you also get this like travel bag that you can take off and hang on the handlebar or have it down below for extra storage. It's kind of like a closed compartment. And then you also get a parasol holder, so you could like attach an umbrella to your stroller if you really want to. You do also get car seat adapters that work with the Bugaboo Turtle Air, which is like in partnership with Nuna. So you have like a Nuna car seat that also works with Nuna Pippa car seats, Cybex, Maxi Cozy. So you're gonna get more car seat compatibility with this option. And then if you buy the bassinet, which is the version I have, so I'll show you that a little bit later in this video, you get a bassinet that you can use with your baby. The TRIV, you will have to buy the bassinet separately. Quickly on accessories, you actually have a lot more options to choose from with Bugaboo when it comes to accessories, but they are definitely a more premium price tag that follows suit to the stroller. I didn't mention before, but the bassinet configuration retails for $13.49, so definitely expensive. If you were to buy the bassinet that's compatible with the TRIV, you're looking at $1,300. So pretty similar once you factor in bassinets, but there's a few differences on the TRIV bassinet, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Now, both of these strollers have nice leatherette handlebars that are adjustable. So the Bugaboo is gonna be this one button in the middle. You can pull it up, and it's actually how you fold it here in a little bit, which you'll see. And it comes up pretty high. Now, one thing to note on the handlebar with the Bugaboo is you can see there is a good amount of space between you and your baby. And I have found this with other Bugaboo. I recently reviewed the Fox 5 Renew. You can check that video out. But there's a lot of space, and because of that, when my baby's facing out, I had a hard time seeing my baby with this stroller, whereas the Nuna TRIV also has an extendable handlebar almost the same height. Like, they're basically the same, and I just found that I'm closer, easier to see baby. But the way both of these strollers are designed, they're gonna be great whether you are on the taller side or on the shorter side. Now, something parents love about both of these strollers is how lightweight they are, but at the same time, they still give you a modular seat so you can parent face, and they work with a bassinet. The Nuna TRIV weighs 21 pounds while the Bugaboo Dragonflies weigh 21.8. So they are definitely lightweight options. In general, you're gonna find that full-size strollers weigh anywhere from like 25 up to 32 pounds. So it is nice that they are a little bit more lightweight and you can face the seats in either directions. Now, both do have expandable canopies, but the Nuna's has this like nice mesh peekaboo window that you can see your baby from when they're facing out. And then you have this zippered extension here. And then obviously there's this section you can push in and out, and I like that there's mesh on the side for added airflow. Now the Bugaboo Dragonfly does not have a peekaboo window when it is not extended. So you have this panel you can push in or have it out. And then I have a nice extension here. And you can see here the Bugaboo Dragonfly comes out a little bit more than on the Nuna, but this mesh panel here is like really not serving as a peekaboo window. Like, unless your child's in a reclined position, I was not able to see the mesh here. So I would say this is more for added airflow, and it is kind of in the middle. So I think depending on where the sun's at, it's going to definitely shine on your child. Whereas with the location of the mesh on the side of the Nuna TRIV, I kind of like that location a little bit better. Now the seat on the Nuna is about 1.5 inches wider, while the seat on the Bugaboo Dragonfly is 1.5 inches taller. Now we put these to the test. I have an almost 5-year-old, a 3-year-old who are both 99th percentile for height, and then I also have a 1-year-old, and we had them all get in and look at their different sizes in each seat. And I will say my very tall 4-year-old looked the same in both. Like, I didn't feel like the Bugaboo Dragonfly gave her that much of an advantage with the seat being a little bit taller. So take that for what it's worth. You do get an all-weather seat on the Nuna, which is super nice. So that's what I have here. You have this mesh on the back. Both strollers have no rethread harnessing. So Nunas, you just do it that way. And then Bugaboos, you just like click, which is kind of cool. I love the buckles on both of these strollers. So on the Bugaboos, it comes out, which just makes it so easy. And then you pop them together and it's really easy to undo with the button there. And then with the Nuna, you get like a magnet tech, which is so convenient. And you just do that there. I will say these harness pads on the Nuna, it's true for all of their strollers. Sometimes they kind of just sit weird or they slide down with my kids, but overall it's fine. Now, with the bumper bars, you do get a bumper bar on both of these, and if you want a little less weight on your stroller, you could take them off. But I found that the bumper bar on the Nuna came further away from my child and just felt like better as my girls, like as my older girls were trying out the stroller. Whereas with the Bugaboos, it's nice and close, which is not a bad thing for your baby, but it is something to note. Now, both bumper bars do open and both strollers do have a calf rest here for your baby. Now, something that's super nice is when your child is parent facing, so when you turn them around, there's no lower footrest for them as they get older. And so this, the calf rest, is their footrest. So I really like how the Nunas like provides a little bit more support and place for your baby's feet, especially your toddlers. Whereas with the Bugaboos, it's really small, and I found my kids were just like really hanging their legs off, not as much using it. Now, in regards to lower footrest, it is definitely better on the Nuna TRIV. So the Bugaboo, you can kind of see the basket gets in the way, and they can kind of rest it down here, which I guess gives them a little bit more space. But I found, especially with my older girls, I did like the footrest better on the TRIV. Now, when it comes to reclines, both of these strollers have 3 different reclines, and they're almost identical. They're both nice and upright in this position, and in the second position, you have like a little bit more of a recline, and then that is it in the fullest recline. Now, these strollers are not newborn compatible in the seats. So this recline maybe is suitable for, I would guess, around 4 months old, but I will say even I put my 4-month-old in the TRIV because that's about when I got this stroller, and I still felt like she was a little wobbly. So it really depends on your baby. So if you want to use either of these strollers from birth, you're either gonna need to use a car seat or get the bassinet, which we will be talking about because there's definitely pros and cons there. Now, the basket is definitely one of the bigger differences between these two strollers. So the Nuna TRIV basket only holds 10 pounds, which I've definitely put a little more in there, but that's the official weight capacity on it. And I love the clearance for diaper bag. It's really easy to put your diaper bag in the front or the back. Now, the Bugaboo holds 22 pounds, which is amazing. And then obviously you have this little compartment you can put on the back. Now, having this compartment on the back does limit your ability to access the basket. So you'll have to go through the front, which depending on if you have an older child and are using the calf rest, it's a little inconvenient. The brakes on these stroller and the wheels are almost identical. They both have tap, flip-flop friendly brakes, and their wheels are basically the same. I will say the suspension, the push of these strollers felt nearly identical. But let me show you the fold on both of these strollers, because what makes them both really unique is you can fold with the seat in either direction. So on the TRIV, you're gonna wanna put it in the lowest handlebar setting, throw the seat forward, and then you just pull, and it snaps in half so easily. And it does stand when folded, which is so nice and convenient. And then for the Bugaboo, it is a true one hand, one step-ish fold. You're just going to push this to the side and the white button that you use to extend the handlebar, and you're gonna push it in, pull it up, and then the seat folds in half, but you can do it in the reverse as well, which is really nice. Now, I will say, the fold on the TRIV is pretty straightforward, like you fold the seat and you grab the handle, whereas on the Dragonfly, it takes a little bit to learn how to do it, but it is a really cool fold. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these strollers basically weigh the exact same, but you can see here from the fold, The Bugaboo's a lot taller. So while they weigh the exact same, this is gonna definitely take up more space in your trunk. Now, neither of these strollers work in the overhead bin of an airplane, but they are really lightweight and easy for travel, and you could purchase a travel bag to be able to just gate check them. Now, you do get a handle here on the TRIV that you can easily carry, and then on the Bugaboo, they have this like stretchy handle, but note how the size of the stroller, it is kind of awkward to carry it this way. In general, I just found myself carrying it from the handlebar. One other thing to note on the TRIV next is there's no latch. So when you're putting it in and out of your car, sometimes it like kind of opens. I kind of got used to it, but that is something that parents have commented on before. Now to open the stroller, you're just gonna pull the handlebar out and then pull the seat up. And again, this stroller has the same fold with the seat in either direction, which is not true for a lot of other strollers. And then for the Dragonfly, you're just gonna push those same buttons. You pull the handlebar out, and then you kind of push out, and then you also will grab the seat, just like on the TRIV, and you're good, and it's kind of the same fold in reverse as well. Now, you do get car seat adapters included with both of these strollers, and they both work with the Nuna Pippa, which I have here, and then there obviously are more options on the Bugaboos, but you can see it attaches really nicely, and you can fold the stroller with the car seat adapters on the Bugaboos. I will note that your baby is definitely further away from you on the Bugaboo Dragonfly, and then to remove it, you're actually gonna push these two little buttons on the side, and then you have the super convenient ring adapter on the Nuna, which is just so nice, and your baby is close. To me, this is one of my favorite things about this stroller is it just pairs so nicely with the car seat. So this is a way you can use the stroller from birth, and you just take it off like that, and then it just folds in half. So one of the main reasons you might want to go with the Bugaboo Dragonfly is it can fold with the bassinet, but I will say it has a learning curve, so let's see if I can do it. You're gonna do the same folding motion as you did before, and then sometimes you kind of have to like pull it and it folds in. And then to open it, you just pull up the handle, push out, and then pull, and you have a bassinet ready to go. Now, something important to note is the Bugaboo bassinet is not approved for safe sleep in the United States, but the Nuna TRIV bassinet, which you can purchase for $500, does come with a stand, and it is approved for safe sleep. So you could have it in your house and use that. If you're trying to decide if the bassinet is worth the splurge, it is really tricky. Like that's probably my biggest downside on both of these strollers is I wish the seats were newborn compatible so you didn't have to make the really big financial decision of having to purchase a bassinet or not. If you are someone who walks regularly or you're out for long periods of time in your stroller, I do think the bassinet is worth it. And if you go with the TRIV, like you can possibly use it inside your house, which is a really nice benefit. Now, if you don't necessarily walk a ton and you can get by with baby wearing or just using your car seat for quick trips, that may be another option as well. Now, which of these strollers is best for you? As you can see, they both are very similar on paper, even being the same weight, having a lot of the similar features. But I think for the price of the Nuna TRIV being more affordable, the fact that it has a more compact fold, the seamless compatibility with the Pippa car seat is a big selling point. Now, if you're not gonna invest in the $500 bassinet or you can't find it, like right now where it's out of stock, you're gonna have to baby wear when you're going on longer walks or use the car seat. And so I wish it had a newborn recline. Like that's my biggest downside on this stroller. Whereas I think the Bugaboo Dragonfly, with how convenient it is to fold the stroller with the bassinet, that is a really nice selling point. Also, if you aren't going with the Pippa car seat and say you're going with Maxi Cozy or Cybex or even the Bugaboo infant car seat, you do have more options with the Dragonfly. Let me know below what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, don't forget to shop through the links below as well. And thanks so much for watching.